What's up, everybody? Ty from Team M Shaw Fitness coming back at you with a video. It's been a long time coming. I think my last upload was back in 2018, so almost 7 years ago was my last video upload, and we are back stronger than ever. The reason it's been a while, I got into a new career field, and it's been a ride. It's been a challenging 8 years just building my skills and focusing on other objectives like powerlifting and jujitsu. The latter of which actually inspired me to buy this product, which is a loadable kettlebell from Titan Fitness. Basically, this tool, as you can see, I just unboxed it here, but it allows you to load plates onto it, secure them with pins, and be able to do a kettlebell swing, thus eliminating a lot of the costly prices of heavy kettlebells and allowing you to adjust it and also save some space in your home. So that's why I bought this item here, mainly for, pricing reasons. I think I paid approximately $70 to $80 for this after all was said and done, and it had free shipping. So very affordable. And as you can see, the unit itself is a pretty simple and basic design here. All right, so here's the loadable kettlebell up close. As you can see, it's got these two pins, and how they work basically is you take the pins out, you take the top off here, you're gonna load the plates downward, and then this little platform here is gonna hold them in place. You're gonna stack them, and you're gonna put the bottom pin as tight to those plates as you can. And then you're gonna take the other pin and you're gonna re-secure the kettlebell kind of loop attachment here, or handle on top. And then you're gonna plug that back in there as well. And then you're gonna have basically a functional kettlebell. My only apprehension with this is I feel like it's a little bit longer than a standard kettlebell, but when prices are just ridiculously high for kettlebells that are 200 pounds or more, or 150 pounds, and the amount of shipping you pay for those kettlebells, this is a great kind of option to have, to not only have more versatility with, multiple high-weighted kettlebell swings, but also for finances, because this is free shipping with Titan. So that's one thing I like about Titan, is they offer free shipping and good prices. Okay, so I have a home gym build. Basically, after the pandemic of 2020, I didn't like not being able to access fitness equipment, so I went and invested in calibrated competition steel plates from mostly Titan. As you can see, there's another brand or two here of different plates. I also got some kettlebells here within the past few years, just to try to, increase my functional fitness, increase my athleticism for jujitsu. But like I said, this kettlebell here is almost 100 pounds, but then once you start getting over 100 pounds, shipping starts to get pretty expensive. I think Titan only unfortunately offers like a 100-pound kettlebell, and a lot of the other companies, once you get over 100, that shipping can be pretty costly. So as you can see here, I have two of those Titan plates already loaded onto this loadable kettlebell. So you put them on, like I said, from the top to the bottom. There's a platform. One little issue I might see here that might be a little bit tough is just getting these off. Might have to kind of, bend it to the side and kind of shuffle those plates off of there, which might be a little tough because the 25 kg plates are approximately 55 pounds. And that could be, not as easy to do for if you're trying to load up and get, 150 to 200 pounds or more onto this thing. So just something to be aware of. All right, guys, so this is my first time actually trying the loadable kettlebell here. We're at about 140 pounds, so the last heaviest kettlebell that I have is 97. So this is about 45-pound jump-ish. So we'll give this a shot. I know ergonomically it's a little bit taller than a kettlebell, so don't think it's gonna swing as well, but we're gonna give it a shot here, just to see how it feels. First time swinging one of these, so. Kind of first impressions of this kettlebell is it doesn't feel like a standard kettlebell. The standard kettlebell obviously is a little shorter, and I feel like it just moves a little better. This seems to have a little bit of like a delay at the bottom, like a lag, but it's definitely working the muscles. Just got to kind of get used to it. And one thing about this, I think, is you're not going to be able to get as high as you typically get with a kettlebell. So let's give this a try. We up the weight again here. All right, so we added 25 kg onto this, so it's a little heavier, about 55 pounds heavier here. So we'll give it a swing. Tougher to balance with this one, I think. So one thing about this kettlebell adjustment piece here, the unit itself, it's about 8.5 pounds. So what I do is I use these fractional plates, which is 1.25 pounds, and I'm just gonna throw one of those on there. It's gonna make this approximately 230 pounds. So this is heavier than the heaviest kettlebell that I was able to find to order online. So I know I've seen some that are about 300 and some pounds, in the early 300s on YouTube, but I don't know if those are custom made or those are professionally made ones. So we're gonna give this a shot here. 230 pounds. All right, guys, 400-pound kettlebell attempt. We'll see how this goes. Hands are chalked up. I got the belt on here because this is getting pretty tough. So 400-pounder. Let's see how she moves. Just got done swinging the Titan adjustable loadable kettlebell. I gotta say, if you are really into kettlebell design, you know, you really like the feel of how a standard kettlebell moves, then this probably isn't for you. But if you're just somebody looking to increase your functional strength by overloading the kettlebell swing, this really that's all about you can do with this from a kettlebell perspective, I think, is going to be swinging. You can certainly deadlift with it. You can use it for rows. There's a few other things that this can be utilized for. Overall, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 from Titan for price, as well as versatility and just design. It's a pretty quality design. Titan is great. I like them because they send things for, they ship for free most often, or pretty much all the time. So Titan, definitely a big fan. Hope you like this video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content, and look forward to some more content soon.